King Billy and Scott McTominay could be on their way to Rangers as Michael Beale has revealed that he's got a good amount to spend in the summer and did do the match preview early for the Dundee United game, so if no one's seen that, go check out the Mora yesterday. It was out yesterday, so go check out the. But Rangers manager Michael Beale says he will have a good amount to spend in the summer compared to what he's seen in previous seasons. So he wasn't there with Gio last summer, so he's been with Gerrard every step of the way. I'm not saying that they're going to get more than what Villa got in that window, right? But even though Villa did get a window. Beale left, I guess. But back to the task here, which I think that means good money's going to be coming in, and that's exactly what we need to do. And that hopefully, man, this is the beginning with two players in this episode, this video to talk about who could be coming in. But with several key players out of contract, 42-year-old faces a rebuild of a squad at the end of the campaign. The former first team coach at Ibrox says his planning for next season is a long way down the road. There are no restrictions on budget. Beale said, there is money, top spend in the summer. It's a good amount for a Rangers manager compared to what I've seen in previous years. So I'm really, really positive about the summer, but at the moment we're still playing this season. There are things to play for. I appreciate everyone's communicate outwards which players we're signing, which ones are going to be here. It doesn't work like that. We've got this season to play first. Get big games, so be respectful to everyone and the players inside you keep it in, but the work is a long way down the road. Rangers face bottom club Dundee United on Saturday as they aim to chip into Celtic's 9-point lead before the third league Old Firm of the season derby next week. Beale confirmed that Nicholas Raskin will miss the visit of United, but will be back in training for the trip to Celtic Park. I did say that, that's why I didn't put him in my combined 11 yesterday, so that's fair enough. But yeah, I mean, of course, Beale could just commit. Beale could have turned into a yes man. He could have come out and just said this, right? But I hope that he's right. I really hope that he's right. He says nothing's changed in relation to them. He replied, they're both training well and available for selection on about Kent and Morelos. There's been a lot of work the last couple of weeks in speaking to the players in-house. Everybody that's out of contract at the moment, until we communicate otherwise, their contract will run at the back end of May. I don't want to give you the same generic answers, but that's where I'm at. It will stay private until we're willing to disclose anything different. It's a weird one though, like if he's hyping up a lot of transfer budget, right, in the summer, then surely these players that need tied down would have already been tied down if Rangers have this money, right? Now, is tying these players down going to hoover away that budget? Probably. That's a sad reality, but yeah, I don't know who Rangers are going to re-sign at this minute. I mean, you would think that like Ryan Kent and Jack would be the nailed on ones, or Morelos there is question marks over, but and the other ones as well, but I feel like Ryan Kent is the one that's just got to happen, man. I think it's got to happen. But in terms of who we could be spending our money on, Scott McTominay to Rangers transfer makes sense. But key caveat for any Man United deal remains. He isn't playing regularly enough for under Ten Hag, and he's been heavily linked with a switch to Newcastle this summer. Now, if you know folk football, I said if Newcastle signed McTominay, it would probably be about 50 million. I'm not saying that McTominay's worth 50 million, but you factor in he's coming for United, the amount of money Newcastle have got, and it's the Premier League. I think 50 million for a guy that, if played right, can score you a lot of goals from an attacking midfielder position is probably about right. Because you look at players that have went for absolutely crazy amounts. I don't think asking 50 million for Scott McTominay is too much. Now, if he played in the Scottish Premiership, you'd probably get about 5 for him, but that's the reality that we're in. But it says here that he could, and it would make sense if he joined Rangers on loan. I think this would be an absolutely unreal signing. Would he? Would Scott McTominay join Rangers on loan? I don't see why he wouldn't, personally. And would I take him? Absolutely, I'd take him on loan. Like, I just feel like we've had a lot of stigma, you know, of course, since like signing like Aaron Ramsey on loan rather than like a youngster like Tillman, because Tillman's come in, hit the ground running, not really too much hype was around his arrival for being real. But with Ramsey, it was like, oh, we're signing this guy, man. Oh, he scored like 20 goals in the Premier League at that time. He's played for Juventus, Arsenal. Look at all his wonder goals. And then he came and then his arse collapsed and he bottled the Europa League final. And yeah, that was tragic. But yeah, McTominay gets the thumbs up for me. And Billy Gilmour would not solve one problem, but two is truly special star. Can't be wasted, says Barry Ferguson. And you know what? Brighton signed him for what? 13, 12 million. If Rangers are serious about trying to get on the back of Celtic or whatever, bring him back. Bring Billy back. Come on, I feel a little bit sorry for Bill Gilmour right now. My biggest concern is that the young man might be feeling every bit as sorry for himself, because when I look at all the positives around Steve Clarke's Scotland squad at the moment, besides Gilmour sitting on the sidelines, is probably the only thing the manager would like to change. Unfortunately, the situation is out of Clarke's control for the time being. He couldn't justify giving Gilmour a game against Cyprus or Spain because the boys hardly had a sniff of first team action at Brighton. Yeah, not good for Gilmour. Bring him back, man. Barry Ferguson's telling him to come back. Come on, Gilmour. Come on, man. Get McTominay, get Gilmour. Bring a striker in. Bring a goalkeeper in. Angus Gunn's been linked with a move today. And fuck, everyone is getting to a move, man. It's insane. It truly is insane. But yeah, that is it, guys. Gilmour, McTominay, absolute 2 thumbs up for me. Of course, I wonder how much money it would set them back. But you know what? Michael Beale's come out. He's talked the big money. He said there's big money on the table. Let's hope it's not Monopoly money. But until then, peace.